Hi, I'm Bryn Lucas, and today I'm revealing Phil Spencer's top 10 tips for renting in London. Wherever you're renting or planning to, make sure you visit moveiq.co.uk, where you'll find a dedicated section for renters. It's packed with advice, expert know-how, and your free renter's toolkit. Just sign up or log in and download it. And do subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of the latest news and money-saving tips for tenants. Naturally, one of the biggest concerns about moving to a rental property in London is the cost. On average, London tenants hand over an eye-watering 39% of their take-home earnings in rent. And along with forking out more cash, tenants in London face stiffer competition for properties. It's a fast-moving market, but armed with the right info, you can bag a place to call home. Number 1. Set a budget. You need to have all the figures at your fingertips before you start house hunting, so you know exactly what you can and can't afford. It isn't just your monthly rent, but such as utilities, council tax and insurance, plus any furniture and accessories you may need to buy. 2. Research your potential rental areas in as much detail as you can. Think about transport links and your commute to work, plus what amenities you ideally would like nearby. Shops, banks, schools, gyms, and so on. To find out more about these and how safe the area is, get one of Phil Spencer's property reports from moveiq.co.uk. It brings together all this kind of information, saving you a lot of time. Thirdly, look at all transport options, not just the tube. Don't dismiss rental options near other forms of transport, such as overground trains, buses, even the river bus. You could even save money by getting on your bike or make use of a cycle scheme. By thinking beyond the tube, you could take advantage of lower rents in parts of the city without underground connections, such as Camberwell and parts of Hackney. And on the same lines, our number 4 tip is don't write off an address until you've seen it. Don't rule out a property on a busy or undesirable street until you've actually seen it. London is full of alleyways, passageways and quirky buildings, and it could be that a flat with an address that's on a noisy road is actually located at the back of a building, meaning you can't hear passing traffic. Equally, bear in mind that while one end of a road can seem highly unappealing, the other end might be a great place to live. The key when looking for rental property in London is to remain open-minded. Having said that, our top tip at number 5 is to narrow your choices. Once you've decided on your favoured areas, deciding what you're looking for will help speed up your search. What's essential and what's a deal breaker? For example, would you be willing to compromise on the number of bathrooms? Do you want furnished or unfurnished? How many bedrooms must you have? While it's important not to be overly fixed on one thing, having some rule-outs will save you traipsing around unsuitable properties. 6. Get your prices right. Be aware that landlords and letting agents in the capital often advertise costs by the week, probably because a weekly figure is easier for potential tenants to stomach. However, if a rental property is advertised, say, $300 a week, that does not make the total monthly cost 4 times $300. The correct way to find out how much rent you'll pay is to take the weekly rent, multiply by 52 weeks in the year, and divide by 12 to get the monthly total. Also, get clued up on council tax rates in boroughs that you're looking at so you can factor those in. Number 7, have your rental deposit and holding deposit at the ready. Your rental deposit is often 1 month's rent up front, but you'll usually be asked for a holding deposit too. This is a sum charged by the lettings agent to reserve the property while checks are carried out and contracts signed. The tenant fees bill, introduced in June 2021, caps holding deposits at 1 week's rent. The holding deposit is often deducted from the rental deposit once everything is signed and sealed, but you do need to have it ready to pay over to prove you're serious about the property. And on that theme, our number 8 tip is to get ahead of the competition by getting organised. In London, places can get snapped up on the day they get listed or even before they get listed. Have your paperwork to hand. You'll need documents to confirm your identity, credit history, employment, proof of salary, and immigration status. You'll also need references from a current or past employer or a previous landlord if you've rented before. If you have these prepared in advance, it will speed things along. At number 9, do remember you are the customer. It can be tempting to rush ahead when the market is competitive, but do try to view the property more than once, or at least take photos and ask questions. What are the neighbours like? Who would be the first point of contact? Can you redecorate? Are you responsible for the garden? What's the parking situation? And finally, think about timing. Do you have a deadline, or can you be more flexible? Rental prices tend to be higher in the summer, but you may have more choice of properties available. That's it for our rental revelations. Do give us a like and join me next time. And don't forget to click the link to visit Move IQ and discover a world of advice for renters. I'll see you next time.